Hello 6th primary students. هنكمل مع بعض our science curriculum for the first term تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. النهارده هنكون مع بعض في تاني حلقات الريفيجن Revision 2. قبل ما نبتدي revision I want to remind you of our curriculum this term. In Unit 1, Lesson 1, we talked about mass and weight. We compared between the two of them in definition, unit, and tool. Then we talked about Unit 2, Lesson 1, heat conduction. اتكلمنا على ال good وال bad conductors of heat and the uses of good and bad conductors of heat. Then we talked about measuring temperature. اتكلمنا على أنواع thermometers, Celsius and medical thermometer. وكان عندي two figures مهمين بتوع thermometers. And in Unit 3, we started talking about atmosphere. We talked about oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. ومهم قوي وأنا بذاكر البارت ده أذاكره as a comparison between the three gases. Unit 4, Lesson 1, we talked about human nervous system, and this was the first biology part that you studied this term. بعد ما اتكلمنا على human nervous system, we talked about human locomotory system that's responsible for body motion, وهو عبارة عن many systems inside it. طيب تعالوا نبتدي مع بعض revision. Are you ready? Please get a paper and pen and start answering before I tell you the answer. Question number 1. If the object's mass on Earth equals 30 kilogram, calculate its mass on Moon, its weight on Earth, and weight on Moon. تعالوا نحل مع بعض السؤال ده step by step بطريقة أسهل. Our question was saying that the mass of object on Earth equals 30 kilogram. I need to calculate three things. The first one is mass on Moon. The second one is weight on Earth. The third one is weight on Moon. Let's try to answer it together. Okay. أول حاجة I want to answer the mass on Moon. لازم تبقى فاكر إن الماس on Moon equal mass on Earth. Mass on Moon أو الماس in general is constant. So the mass on Moon equal mass on Earth. دي أول step أنا عملتها. I write the rule. بعد ما كتبت الرول I have to write the number. What is the mass on Earth? Mass on Earth equal 30 kilogram. So I will write equal 30 kilogram. أراجع على نفسي. I write the rule. I write the number. I write the unit. يبقى كده أنا خلصت أول step. The second one, I want to measure the weight on Earth. Weight on Earth equal mass times 10. Mass times 10. طيب الماس بكام؟ mass equal 30 kilogram. 30 times 10 equal 300. أرجع أبص. I'm measuring weight, so my unit is Newton. أراجع على نفسي. I write the rule, tick. I write the number, tick. I write the unit, tick. كده أنا خلصت تاني step. تالت step, weight on Earth. Weight on Moon. Weight on Moon equal weight on Earth divided 6. Weight on Earth divided 6. هنا الناس غالبا بتقعوا في ايه؟ انكم بترجعوا تاخدوا الرقم بتاع الماس on Earth. I want the mass or weight. I need the weight. So please go up one step. نرجع سلمة واحدة بس. Go to the weight on Earth. Weight on Earth equal 300 Newton. This is the number that I need, okay? So I will write 300 divided 6 equal 50. 50A. I'm measuring weight, so 50 Newton. أراجع على نفسي. I write the rule. I write the number. I write the unit. كده أنا تمام. أهم حاجة في البروبلم follow the steps. أمشي step by step. وأكتر step ممكن تغلطنا هي الويت on moon. لو أنت أخدت رقم الويت on earth غلط هيبقى عندك step كاملة هتطير منك. تمام؟ يلا نكمل مع بعض الريفيجن بتاعتنا. I want you focused. وتعالوا نشوف next part is give reason for. الأسئلة اللي كلكم ما بتحبوهاش. Give reason for is a very easy question. وأسهل طريقة إنك تحلها إنك تبقى عارف definition. لو أنت حافظ definitions, it may be easier to answer the give reason for questions. Question number 1. percentage of carbon dioxide increase. Give reason for percentage of carbon dioxide increase. احنا عارفين ان الكربون dioxide is 0.03%. This percentage increases. Why? Because we produce large amount of carbon dioxide and we do not recycle it. كأني بعمل many waste and garbage and I do not get it out of my house. I do not get it out of the earth. Okay? طب how do I produce many carbon dioxide? By burning of large amounts of fuel. طب how I not recycle? By cutting forests. ما تنسوش ان forests or plants they are using and recycling the carbon dioxide gas during the photosynthesis process. So give reason for percentage of carbon dioxide increase because of burning large amounts of fuel and cutting forests. Number 2, mass is constant. What is the meaning of mass? Cross the word mass and write its meaning. It's amount of matter in an object. طب يعني ايه constant؟ يعني it doesn't change. So I will write the same thing but in a scientific way. بدل ما هقول mass هقول because the amount of matter in an object. وبدل ما اقول constant هقول doesn't change. Give reason is an easy question. But if you know the definitions. Question 3. We leave some spaces between the railway bars. أفكركم تاني بالحتة دي. كنا قلنا إن الريلوي bars بتبقى made of metal. لو هما لازقين في بعض when they expand by heating they will twist. If they twist there will be an accident. طب هنعمل إيه؟ We will leave some spaces so when they expand they meet each other and do not twist to prevent accidents. طيب يبقى هجاوبها ازاي؟ Give reason for we leave some spaces between railway bars to prevent accidents as metals expand by heat and twist. Question number 4. We shake medical thermometer before using. أفكركم تاني بالميديكال thermometer it contains mercury inside it. كان من الستبس قبل ما استخدمه we sterilize لازم انضفه using ethyl alcohol and I have to shake it. If I shake it, what do? I force the mercury to return back to the bulb. I push the mercury down to the bulb عشان اخد accurate reading. To force the mercury to return back to the bulb. Number 5, atmosphere is important. دايما لما تلاقي سؤال something is important يبقى أنا عايز منك ال uses أو ال function of this thing. Here I'm asking about atmosphere. Atmosphere is important. يبقى I want the uses or the functions of atmosphere. Atmosphere is important because it protected the earth. عامل زي طبقة حماية للأرث. إزاي؟ By absorbing the ultraviolet radiations. It takes the ultraviolet radiation and block it from reaching the earth. طب كده إيه اللي هيحصل؟ Earth temperature will be adjusted. يعني ال earth temperature هتبقى moderate كويسة نقدر نستحملها ونعيش فيها. So atmosphere it has two functions. Number 1, it protected the earth by absorbing ultraviolet radiations. And number 2, adjust temperature. بيظبط درجة الحرارة. Question number 6, nitrogen is called azote. Nitrogen is called azote. Azote means lifeless gas. Lifeless gas. وده الجاز الوحيد اللي خدنا له نيك نيم. فلازم تبقى حافظه كويس قوي. Because it doesn't burn and it doesn't enter in the process of breathing. الأكسجين والكربون دايوكسيد related to breathing, related to life. لكن النيتروجين is not related to life. Okay? So nitrogen is called azote as it doesn't burn and it doesn't enter the process of breathing. ملوش علاقة خالص بالlife, بالbreathing. Question number 7. Presence of cartilage between vertebrae. أفكرك بالباك بون بتاعنا. الباك بون it was made of 33 vertebrae. ايه هي الفرتبري؟ small bones that form the backbone. عارفين البلوكس اللي بنلعب بيها؟ it's like the block. الباك بون بتاعنا عبارة عن 33 بلوك أو 33 vertebrae. تمام؟ طيب الفرتبري دي مش راكبة فوق بعض كده. There is a cartilage between them. يعني ايه cartilage؟ Cartilage is a soft substance. Cartilage is a soft substance. عاملة زي الكشن، عاملة زي المخدات. Between the vertebrae to prevent the friction. To prevent the friction between the two bones. So if I ask you, give reason, presence of cartilage between vertebrae, this means it prevents friction between the two bones. ممكن أسألك نفس السؤال بس what happens if? What happens if there is no cartilage between vertebrae? What will happen? There will be friction. هنعكس الفانكشن. There will be friction between the two bones of the backbone. تمام؟ عامة الكارتلج مش موجودة بس في الباك بون عشان تبقوا عارفين. It's found in all of our bones in our body. تمام؟ طيب. Question number 8. Withdrawal of hands on touching a thorn. نقف ونركز ونراجع على جزء مهم جدا. Do you remember the reflex action? What is the meaning of reflex action? It's an automatic response to stimuli. رد فعل مفاجئ لstimuli. Stimuli يعني danger. Okay, dangerous situation. Like touching hot thing, like an eye near to the eye, a finger near to the eye. أو زي touching a thorn. إيه اللي هيحصل هنا؟ أنا بلمس حاجة معناها إن أنا عندي stimuli. There is a message or there is a message moving inside the nerves أو the nervous system moving to the إيه؟ the spinal cord. مفروض إن السباينال كورد هيدي المسج للبرين والبرين هيبعت ريسبونس للسباينال كورد والسباينال كورد يتصرف. كل ده عشان يحصل بياخد وقت طويل والستيمولس دي يعني دينجر وقتها كان هيحصل هارم. فالسباينال كورد هنا هو اللي هيتصرف without asking the brain for response. without asking the brain يعني ايه اللي هيحصل؟ we will have stimuli will move as an impulse to the spinal cord will send the response directly without going back to the brain. مهم جدا انك تبقى عارف يعني ايه reflex action، يعني automatic response to stimuli. وليه قلنا عليه automatic؟ لان السباينال كورد هو اللي هياخد action without returning back to the brain. طب ليه؟ Because stimuli means dangerous situation. So the nervous system protect us from harm by doing the reflex actions. So when I ask you, give reason for withdrawal of hand on touching a thorn دي كده stimulus due to reflex action. عايز تكمل هتقول which is automatic response to stimuli between brackets touching thorn. الستيمولاي بتاعتي هي touching thorn والريسبونس بتاعي هو withdrawal of hand. Question number 9. Joints are important. يعني ايه joints اصلا؟ joints هي ال space between the two bones. The space between the two bones. هنا أنا عندي bone وهنا we have another bone. This space, the connecting space between the two bones is called the joint. It's called joints. Joints يعني مفاصل. We have 3 types of joints عشان تفتكر. We have the immovable joints, the joints that do not move, like the skull. We have the slightly movable joints that move in one direction, like the elbow واللي شبهها knee. And we have freely movable joints that move in all directions, like the shoulder, like the thigh, like the wrist, and like the ankle. Okay? طيب why the joints are important؟ قلت لك لما تشوف كلمة important يبقى you will mention the function. What is the function of joint? It connects أو it allow movement between the two bones. هيخلي two bones يعرفوا يتحركوا. تخيل لو دي كانت one long bone، لو كان الارم بتاعتي one long bone ما كنتش هقدر احركها غير كده، ما كنتش هقدر اتنيها. Okay? So the joint allow movement between the two bones. Question number 10. We should avoid tranquilizers and stimulants. مين tranquilizers والstimulants؟ tranquilizers دي المهدئات، stimulants دي المنشطات اللي بياخدها لعيبة الكورة، الأثليتس بياخدوا stimulants. Okay? We should avoid tranquilizers and stimulants unless a doctor prescribe. ليه؟ Because they work on the nervous system. So to make our nervous system healthy, we should avoid them. يبقى if I ask you give reason, we should avoid tranquilizer and stimulant to keep the nervous system healthy. وخدها كده قاعدة. لما أسألك ليه أي advice، we should play sports, we should sleep long periods of time. لما أقول لك advice ده معناها إن أنا هحافظ على system. Which system is related to tranquilizer and stimulants? The human nervous system, because they work on the brain. بيخلوا البرين يشتغل وقت أطول من اللي المفروض إن هو يشتغله. Okay? Question number 11. Oxy Acetylene Flame is used in cutting and welding metal. نقف عند كلمة Oxy Acetylene ونقسمها نصين. Oxy Acetylene يعني oxy وacetylene. Oxy means oxygen. Acetylene is acetylene gas. So here we have oxygen gas plus acetylene gas forming Oxy Acetylene Flame. عندي 2 gases. When they react together, they form a flame, a fire, which is called Oxy Acetylene Flame. This flame, its temperature is 3500 degrees. really high temperature. That's really enough to cut and weld metal. Cut يعني نقطع, weld يعني نلحم, okay? To cut and weld metal, we need very high temperature as metals have high melting point. So oxyacetylene flame is used in cutting and welding metal. هنحكي له الحدوته كلها. هنقول له because oxygen gas reacts with acetylene gas forming oxyacetylene flame, which is 3500 degree, used to cut and weld metal. Question number 12. The mass of cleansing wire increases after burning. هفكرك بالoxygen reactions. Oxygen reactions was two. The first one was burning and it was a rapid union. بيحصل بسرعة جدا. Resulting in heat and light. أي حاجة بيحصل لها burning هتطلع heat and light, and this happens quickly, rapidly. Okay? This is the first type of reactions. The second type of reactions is oxidation. يعني إيه oxidation? Oxidation means rusting. When the iron meets water and oxygen, it rusts. Iron react with oxygen in presence of water. In presence of water. تمام؟ طيب. هنا if I ask you the mass of cleansing wire increases after burning. Burning معناها إن حصل reaction between iron and oxygen. Iron and oxygen forming iron oxide. وطبيعي إن وزن الايرون لوحده يبقى أقل من وزن الايرون والأكسجين مع بعض. Okay? So the mass of cleansing wire increase after burning because during burning reaction, iron react with oxygen forming iron oxide. And the mass of iron oxide is more than the mass of iron. Iron وأكسايد الاتنين مع بعض أكيد أكتر من الايرون بس. Question number 13. Manganese dioxide is a catalyst. واحنا بنشرح preparation of oxygen عملنا commenting على المنجنيز dioxide and we said that it's a catalyst. طب يعني ايه catalyst? It's a chemical substance that enter the chemical reaction without any change in quantity and properties. At the beginning of the reaction, if we start with 2 grams of manganese dioxide, at the end of the reaction we will have 2 grams of manganese dioxide. طب if it was black powder, it will be black powder too at the end of the reaction. طب هل ده بيحصل مع كل الكيميكال سابستنس؟ لا، معظم الكيميكال سابستنس بيحصل لها بريك داون زي الهيدروجين بيروكسيد هتتكسر، تمام؟ لكن المنجنيز دايوكسيد ده لطيف. It enters the chemical reaction without any change. بيفضل معايا طول الرياكشن زي ما هو، تمام؟ So when I ask you give reason manganese dioxide is a catalyst, you say the definition of catalyst. It is a chemical substance that enters the chemical reaction without any change in quantity and property. Quantity means amount, property means description. It's a black solid substance and it remains black solid substance. Let's answer some of the match questions. Let's answer this matching question. Match from column A what suits it from column B. أول حاجة عندي في column A aluminium, wool, plastic. اتعلم دايما في الماتشنج تقرا التيبل كله قبل ما تبتدي تحل. Column B prevents leakage of heat, used in making handles of cooking pots, used in making cooking pots. طيب تعالوا كده نفكر. Aluminium is a metal. It's a good conductor of heat. So it's used in making cooking pots. So number 1 is matched with C. 1C. تمام؟ Number 2 wool. Wool is a bad conductor of heat. طيب do I use it to make the handles of cooking pots؟ بعمل الهاندلز من wool؟ لا، بعمل الهاندلز من ايه؟ من حاجة تانية. طب what about the wool؟ قلنا ايه عن الwool والبلانكتس؟ wool and blankets we use them in winter because they prevent leakage of heat. مش بيخلوا الهيت تطلع من جوه لبره، بيخلوا الهيت جوه عند جسمي ما تطلعش بره جسمي. Okay? So the wool prevent leakage of heat. 2 is matched with A. 3 plastic. Plastic is used in making handles of cooking pots as it's a bad conductor of heat. Yes. ودايما عند اخر step في الماتشنج لازم تقراها، ما تاخدهاش خلاص كده by exclusion. انا حليت A و C يبقى فاضل B بس، لا، اقراها كويس قوي عشان لو هي طلعت غلط ده معناها ان you have another mistake، فلازم ترجع تراجع الماتشنج بتاعك من اول وجديد. اوكي؟ طيب another matching question. This one is about thermometers. Match from column A what suits it from column B. نقرا التيبل كله على بعضه الاول. A clinical thermometer, which is the other name of medical thermometer. Celsius thermometer, ethyl alcohol, mercury thermometer. And we have in B, a liquid used in making thermometer, a liquid used to sterilize thermometer, used to measure temperature, used to measure liquids temperature. It contains constriction. تعالوا نبتدي نحل. Number 1, clinical thermometer. Clinical means medical thermometer. الميديكال thermometer كان عنده مميزات كتير. أول حاجة it contains constriction. Why it contains constriction? To prevent the mercury from returning back to the bulb quickly. عشان تزنق الميركوري ما يلحقش يتزحلق لتحت بسرعة. To make me able to read the number accurately. تاني حاجة كانت مهمة عن الكلينيكال thermometer its scale. It starts from 35 to 42 degree Celsius. من 35 to 42. And it's used to measure humans temperature. تعالوا ندور على أي حاجة دي هنا قدامي. أول حاجة liquid used in making هو مش liquid. B a liquid برضه هو مش liquid. C used to measure temperature in general. لا احنا قلنا human temperature. D used to measure liquid temperature. ما تنفعش عشان كلمة liquid. E it contains constriction. Yes, this is the right answer and this is a very specific property of the clinical thermometer. طيب question number 2 Celsius thermometer. Celsius thermometer ما كانش عنده constriction. Its scale was starting from 0 to 100 degree بس كان عنده استخدام. It was used in measuring the temperature of liquids or water. طب تعالوا ندور هنا. liquid ما تنفعش. liquid ما تنفعش. used to measure temperature in general برضو ما تنفعش. used to measure liquids temperature. Yes, this is the right answer. So 2 is matched with D. تمام. Question number 3 ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is a liquid. So we are between A and B. طب it's a liquid used in making thermometer ولا liquid used to sterilize thermometer. Ethyl alcohol. I think all of you now know that alcohol is used to sterilize either our hands or sterilize the thermometer. Okay, so ethyl alcohol is matched with B. It's a liquid used to sterilize thermometer. Question number 4 mercury. Mercury is also a liquid. طب this liquid is used in making thermometer. Yes, mercury was used inside thermometers because it has many advantages. Okay, ولو انتوا فاكرين الادفانتجز بتاعت الميركوري كان منها ان هو good conductor of heat. It doesn't stick to the capillary tube, can be easily seen, it expands regularly. طيب number 4 is matched with A, a liquid using making thermometer. طيب number 5 thermometer ما ناخدهاش by exclusion. نقرا السؤال والإجابة ونتأكد إنه صح. thermometer it's used to measure temperature. Yes, thermometer بس used to measure temperature بس once I said the type of thermometer زي Celsius أو clinical thermometer يبقى لازم أقول temperature of what? Temperature of liquid أو temperature of humans. تعالوا نكمل مع بعض أسئلتنا. What happens if؟ السؤال ده ممكن يجي لنا what happens if بس أو يجي لنا what happens if and why. Now I'm asking you what happens if. تعالوا نفكر مع بعض. Number 1 the knee joint become freely movable joint. دايما افتكر whenever I ask you about something remember the definition. What is the definition of freely movable joint? Freely movable joint يعني they move in all direction. So what will happen if the knee or elbow becomes freely movable joint? They will move in all direction. It will move in all direction. Question number 2 what happens if the cerebellum is infected? يعني ايه cerebellum is infected؟ يعني حصل مشكلة في الcerebellum. When cerebellum is infected this means its function will not work. طب what is the function of cerebellum? Cerebellum was responsible for the body balance. هو اللي بيخليني عندي توازن. Okay? So if the cerebellum is infected this means the body balance will be affected. البادي balance مش هيبقى مظبوط. Question number 3 what happens if oxygen react with nitrogen during lightning؟ فاكرين oxygen react with nitrogen during lightning هيعملوا لي nitrogen oxides will move down to the soil with the rain. So the plants will take them from the soil. So they form nitrogen oxide which move to the soil with rain. Question number 4. We blow in a jar containing lime water. Lime water is a magical substance that can only react with carbon dioxide gas. تمام؟ يبقى whenever you see lime water, remember carbon dioxide. طب blow معناها إيه؟ معناها I exhale، يعني I get out air, I exhale. Okay? So my answer will be it becomes turbid due to formation of calcium carbonate. The carbon dioxide will react with lime water. Carbon dioxide will react with lime water forming calcium carbonate. Forming calcium carbonate. ودايما اللايم ووتر أول ما بتقابل الكربون دايوكسيد بتتحول للتربد or milky color. Question number 5. A body moves away from the center of the earth. هفكركم تاني ان احنا قلنا consider that the earth core أو earth center is like a giant magnet. This giant magnet attracts our body to the center of the earth. طيب if I'm here, I'm near to the magnet. This is the magnet and this is my body. طيب if I move away, this means I'm far away from the magnet. يعني I have less gravitational force. So my weight will decrease. The weight will decrease because we have less gravitational force. Let's complete this question. Number 1. Mass can be measured by يعني I need the tool. It can be measured by balances or scales. While the weight can be measured by, I need the tool also, which is spring scale. كده نكون غطينا مجموعة من الأسئلة المهمة عندنا الترم ده. I hope that you understand everything. See you next time.